Hey guys, so yeah, I've literally just woke up. I say woke up, um, it is the morning, it is like, oh, I don't know, what time is it? I don't know, it's probably like 8 o'clock, something like that. But yeah, I say woke up, I didn't actually sleep last night. Um, you have to excuse me, I am a mess. I'm trying to kind of sort myself out a little, try and freshen myself up. Like, ugh. Yeah, that needs washing. um, so I want to have a shower, but trying to actually have one at the moment is very difficult. I had a bad day yesterday, really bad day. Um, so, I got a letter from the hospital with my MRI results, my heart MRI results that I had. I had the MRI done a month or two ago. But yeah, initially they did the MRI because when I went for my you have to forgive me, my brain ain't working today. I didn't get any sleep last night. I've probably already told you that. But yeah, I went for my annual heart checkup, one of my annual heart checkups. And they did like the echocardiogram and all that sort of stuff. And they did that what do you call it? The one they do on pregnant women to see the baby in the stomach. Forget the name of it. But yeah, they did that one as well. And they found some disturbing results on that, which the technicians found them results and sent them to my heart specialist. My heart specialist said, I'm not sure because if they are correct, these technicians are correct. I think I did a video on it, so it's probably on my channel somewhere, so go check that out. But yeah, they found something in that video, but the doctor wasn't sure whether it's the technicians making a mistake, or whether it was actually a thing. They said something about one of my ventricles being extremely enlarged and misshapen, which I have an enlarged left ventricle, which has been enlarged for quite a few years, but they've been keeping an eye on that, and it's been, it's not ideal to have that, but it's been ticking along okay. But they thought that my right ventricle was even more enlarged than my left. And so the doctor said it could be them making a mistake because they're not used to seeing an abnormal heart like yours. Because some of the abnormalities they already know about and they're monitoring, and them abnormalities are stable. But when a newbie sees my heart scans, they're like, oh my god, this person's going to die, when in fact I'm not. So the heart specialist said that he wanted me to go and have an MRI just to double check it all. So yeah, and I got the results yesterday, and it turns out my right ventricle is not enlarged. My right ventricle is absolutely fine and functioning perfectly, which is great news. So, but he found in this MRI scan that my left ventricle is slightly more enlarged than it was before, and it is having a lot of trouble pumping. I'm trying to wash my face, but yeah, what was the words he used? I'm not going to show you the letter properly because, you know, it's the internet, and this has personal details on that I don't want the internet knowing. But yeah, reading. The overall pumping function of the left ventricle appears to have deteriorated slightly since your last scan and is now moderately impaired. So yeah, that sounds, I mean, to some people that might be like, oh, you know, that don't sound too bad. But when you have a heart condition and anxiety, that is the scariest thing to see. It's like, especially with all the issues with my heart, like, that's something I worry about a lot, is my heart health. Because a lot of people with Marfan syndrome have heart conditions, and 9 times out of 10 it is the heart conditions that kill people that have Marfan syndrome. My dad died due to heart syndrome, due to heart issues caused by Marfan syndrome. So, you know, it's something I worry about a lot. So yeah, I'm being sent to another specialist to see if there's anything they can do about this ventricle, this enlarged left ventricle, and about the pumping, because my heart is now not correctly pumping my blood, and this is probably the reason why I've had the dizzy spells and fainting spells whenever I try and do anything remotely active. So yeah, so I'm going to be going to see a specialist about that. I'm hoping it doesn't come to more surgery. But one thing my heart doctor has done is he's increased my beta blockers, the dosage, because I was on a low dosage before. He's increased that. He's doubled that basically, in hopes that will help. You know, so yeah, now I've just got to sit and wait for this other specialist to contact me and make an appointment there and go see them. So yeah, so I got that letter yesterday, and yesterday afternoon I had to deal with mediation assessment thing it was a phone appointment, so luckily I didn't have to leave the house, because if I had to leave the house I would have cancelled that, because that wasn't happening. But yeah, the mediation service assessment thing is about the issues I was having with my neighbour. I did a video about that the other day, where I was talking about the issues with my neighbour and about us thinking about moving and it being a difficult, scary decision. It's becoming an easier decision. Don't know if you've seen this mug, it's pretty cool. I am the world's greatest cat mum. I believe this was a Christmas present from Squeak. Yep, she knows how to use Amazon, apparently. John ordered it and put her name on it. But yeah, I'm getting distracted. So yeah, the mediation thing, like, so yeah, we did that yesterday evening, and that kind of made my anxiety even worse. And confused me a bit. I mean, I understood the mediation itself. I understand what that is and what they do, stuff like that. It wasn't that confused me. And the woman dealing with it, she was very nice, spoke very clearly, you know, and listened to us and what we had to say, and kind of discussed with us at length this whole situation. So she did her job brilliantly. But yeah, what she told us, I'm not gonna say everything, because where it's a active case with police and everything like that involved. But yeah, I'm just gonna say it confused me because she'd already been in contact with my neighbour over a week ago, before my birthday, and in my previous video about the neighbour, you may see me seen me talking about him putting grass through my letterbox. Yeah, she had spoken to him, rung him up and spoken to him the day before that, you know, so from what she told us, so the grass incident was in retaliation to that. So yeah, and she told us some of the things he had said to her and whatnot, and a lot of it didn't make sense. Some of it just didn't make sense, you know, and some of it was like, what? Like, it seemed he was lying a lot. I'm trying to keep my voice down because I don't want my neighbour to hear me. You see, me and John have been walking around the flat trying to be quiet. Like, I've been really worried about using my kitchen. I've been really worried about washing my clothes, doing washing. I mean, I managed to get some done the other day. This has been hung up here. These two clothes horses have been there for a week now. Just like, we hung it up, left it to dry. It's been dry for days, you know. Like, I've just not been bothered to take it down and fold it up because laundry, yuck. I usually just screw the clothes up, shove them in the drawer. I don't fold clothes. I ain't got time for that. John's the one that does all the folding. He hates it when I screw clothes up and throw them in drawers or on the floor or just dump them in any gap I can find in the bedroom. You know, usually I'd shove them all under the bed, but we don't have a space under the bed for me to shove them, so yeah, they just end up in corners on the floor. But yeah, I've been really worried to actually do washing, and my dirty laundry basket is piling up because I've been avoiding doing it. Because every time I use my kitchen, I fear that he's going to kick off, because every time I turn on a tap, every time our old pipe work hisses, you know, he kicks off. So, like, yeah, and where the washing machine is plumbed in to the old pipe work, sometimes it makes that pipe work hiss when I turn it on, which is why I only use my washing machine during the day after 9 o'clock, and I never put it on after like 5-6 o'clock in the afternoon, you know. So yeah, it's just like I need to be able to wash my clothes, you know. I mean, these pajamas I've been in for probably more than a couple of days, actually, if I'm honest, because I've run out of pajamas, clean pajamas to wear, because they're all in the dirty washing, because I don't want to wash them, because I don't want to get abused again by next door. And you can hear some drilling. I think that might be the council doing work. I don't know if you can hear it on the camera, but it's low buzzing. But yeah, so but yeah, a lot of what he told her seems it was lies. Like something about you remember in the other video I said about one of the upstairs neighbours has a very extremely noisy tumble dryer. Yeah, they used to put it on late at night, which I understand they need to dry their clothes, fair play, you know. The noise didn't really bother me and John so much. It was just the time of night they put it on. But it seemed to annoy our neighbour to no end, to the point where he was shouting out of his window up at them profanities. He even shouted out their door number, and started shouting to the whole neighbourhood about them being pedos. So you know, like, and then but to this woman, the yeah, he said to her that we're the ones that have the tumble dryer, and we have our tumble dryer going every day, all night. One, I don't even own a tumble dryer. I used to years ago, but the thing caught fire and started smoking my flat out, and it scared the bejesus out of me. So I got rid of it, and I said to John, we're not having a tumble dryer anymore. We will go primitive and hang our clothes to dry. So yeah, so I don't have a tumble dryer. So yeah, and he was in, and I said to her, well, that doesn't make sense, because a couple of weeks ago he was shouting out of his window their door number when they had their tumble dryer on, and shouting profanities at them and abuse at them. So he knows it's them doing it. He knows that it isn't us, but he's told her that it is us. So, like, and he said about loud music, that we have loud music on all day, every day, and all night. I'm sorry, but when I play music, I don't have it loud enough for the whole neighbourhood to hear. That is his department, that's what he does. And, you know, because that's how this whole thing started, was with him playing loud music all day and all night. Loud enough, like, me and John felt like we were at Wembley Arena, you know, listening to a concert. You know, that's how loud it was. And so we made a complaint to the council. We followed the proper channels. You know, and yeah, and he obviously had a letter from the council about that, asking him to stop. And he didn't like that, and his retaliation was to have a go about every little noise that happens. So any little noise that happens in this tower block, he seems to be blaming me and John for. So, like, even in my birthday party, I mean, the other day, the weekend, we had music on, but it wasn't loud. Because we like to keep the music at our parties, we like to keep the music at a level where everyone can hear it, but we can also hear each other and we can socialise as well. You know, because I cannot hear anyone when the music's too loud. I cannot hear anyone, you know, so I find it very difficult to socialise due to my forgot the word, sensory overload and sensory processing disorder. So, like, you know, it sounds like I'm making excuses as to why I'm not a noisy neighbour. I probably do make noise as a neighbour, you know, some noise is unavoidable. We're in a tower block, you know, it's hundreds of people living on top of each other. You know, we're going to hear each other from time to time, you know. We're going to hear someone cough, we're going to hear someone sneeze, we're going to hear someone's washing machine. We hear people's front doors open and close, you know. I hear next door when they open their airing cupboard. Their airing cupboard door makes a clanging noise, much like my one does, you know. So it's unavoidable, you know. But it's learning to tolerate those noises and your reaction to those noises, which my neighbour doesn't seem to tolerate these noises, and his reaction to them is just craziness, you know. No offence to anyone who has mental health issues, but I kind of feel for him in a way, because if he does have mental health, he has mental health issues, and if he doesn't cope with noise well, then living in a tower block, that is the wrong place. That is the wrong setting for him if he has those issues, you know. And sometimes you don't have a choice as to where you're housed if you're on council and low incomes and stuff like that, you know. You don't really have a choice. So you get housed where you get housed, you take what you can get, otherwise it's homelessness, you know. So, like, I kind of feel for him in that way, but then his reaction to it, but yeah, so we're waiting now to hear back from the council about this, and the police and whatnot to see what happens next. Because she's herself said that she didn't think that this issue was going to be resolved with mediation, and she didn't think that this was the end of the situation. I said to her as well, yeah, I don't think it's the end of it. He's gone quiet for the past week since he put the grass through the door, and he's behaved. No abuse, no noise. I think we heard his music on, but it was quite low the other day. That's about it, you know. And it was during the day, so me and John were like, fair enough, no problem. And I said to her, I think he's just going to wait for things to settle with this mediation thing and the council and the police. And once he feels it's safe and it's settled and whatnot, he's going to kick off again, you know. And I'm really worried that it's going to get worse, because the grass through the door is a direct threat. He's obviously found out or knows it's me and John making complaints, and the grass through the door is a threat saying, I know it was you, you're a grass, you know, whatever, I'm a grass, so what? You know, some people deserve to be grassed on. Not being funny. If you're shouting racist abuse out the window at toddlers, you deserve to be grassed on. You know? If you're shouting ableist abuse at disabled people, you deserve to be grassed on. You know? So, I'm sorry, but yes, if you think I'm a grass, then yes, I'm a grass. Whatever. So, yeah, like, that's what happened yesterday. Like, my hair. I need to have a shower, but I have no clean pyjamas. I mean, I have a few clean clothes, what I call outdoor clothes, because when I'm indoors I wear my pyjamas, I don't wear my outdoor clothes. The clothes that I wear when I have to go outside my flat to do humaning. Yeah, I only have a few of those clean ones of those, so I don't want to wear them and get them dirty and then have nothing to wear if I need to go out, you know. So I'm probably gonna have to do a load of washing today, and just fingers crossed that crabby pants next door doesn't have a tantrum about it, you know. So then I can have a shower. Also I'm finding it difficult finding motivation because of my mental health at the moment, because I'm having a low time with that, because of all the stress of everything going on, and as well physically I'm having a bit of a issue. My hips and lower back have been killing me the past few days, because the other day I went to Western Shore with John to see the Spitfires fly over, because they were doing a memorial flight for Battle of Britain, because it's the 77th anniversary of D-Day. Is it D-Day or VE Day? I think it's D-Day. I'm terrible at history. I'm terrible at remembering things. But yeah, so we went out to see if we can see the Spitfires, and we spent like the day out on Western Shore. We got lunch, and I was kind of feeling quite good. I was enjoying myself. It was nice to get away from the flat for a bit, and it was lovely sunny weather. So I thought, oh, I want to go down to the water because where the beach is stony, it's not wheelchair accessible. So I wanted to go down to the actual water and see if I can get some closer pictures of the water and whatnot. So I got out of my chair and I did a little bit of walking along the beach. Yeah, and the next day I regretted that walk. And I know people watching this video going, but you use a wheelchair, you shouldn't be walking. You're a faker if you're walking using a wheelchair. Shut up, go away. I'm still a little ambulatory. Go learn about wheelchair users and why people use wheelchairs. Every disability is different, bloody bloody blah. But anyway, yeah, so I walked along the beach. It was nice. I did some beach combing and managed to pick up a butt ton of really cool looking shells and pebbles and whatnot and sea glass. And I thought that would be perfect because I can use that in some of my resin art and stuff like that. So, but yeah, I regretted it the next day though, the walk. I enjoyed the walk at the time. I was knackered afterwards. But yeah, my hips and lower back and my feet have been killing me since then. Like, the pain scale, 1 is no pain at all, and 10 is, oh my god, this pain's so bad, just kill me now. Yeah, I was 11. You know, I was off that scale, which doesn't usually, well, 11 usually happens if I attempt to walk any further than my chair to the toilet, you know. Walking around my flat, getting up and walking from my chair to the toilet, from my chair to the kitchen, whatever, that's fine. I can do that without too much pain. I get a bit of pain obviously, but not level, not off the scale kind of pain, you know. Usually my day-to-day normal pain on a good day is around about 5-6. On a bad day, about 8, maybe 9. And then there's I try not to get to like 10 or 11, you know, but on occasion that does happen. And when I reach 10 and 11, sometimes that pain can last anywhere from a week to 2 or 3 weeks, maybe even a month, you know. So that couple of minutes of walking caused me pain for a couple of weeks, you know. So also chronic fatigue. When I got home, I just like wanted to crash out, but I was like, no, fight that, because if I crash out now, I'm gonna wake up during the night, in the middle of the night, and not be able to get back to sleep, and then that's gonna make me more fatigued the next day. So I had to fight the fatigue. But yeah, and then last night, insomnia. I could not sleep because of my anxiety. So yeah, I've been trying to distract myself from it all, but it's really difficult because I'm just getting bored of everything. Like all the streaming services, I've watched everything on them. There's nothing left for me to watch at the moment. I'm waiting for them to bring out new series and new episodes of things I've been watching, but you know, they seem to take ages doing that. And then video games, kind of getting a little bit bored of playing video games, because I seem to sit here and do that a lot lately. And like, I want to get out and about because the weather has been quite nice. It's been lovely and sunny. So I've been wanting to get out and about. But it's having the good health to get out and about. Because not only have I got to think about my good health, it's John's good health as well. He's been having a lot of issues health wise. So yeah, it's like waiting for a day where we're both on good terms with our health, our physical health and mental health, which very rarely happens these days, when we're both on a good day at the same time. But yeah, don't know if you can hear that. Someone using a drill, but it doesn't sound like they're using it correctly. I mean, I'm not an expert in DIY or tools or anything like that, but yeah, it doesn't sound like that. Either their drill's running out of battery or they're not using it correctly. I don't know. But yeah. So yeah, my mind is being made up even more about moving. So I've said to John, right, well, now that we've got this new information about my heart issues and the fact that my heart is not pumping correctly, stress is not good for that at all. And if this situation with the neighbour doesn't get sorted soon, then I am putting in for a move. Because I cannot cope with this anymore. And John's sort of like, yeah, I understand where you're coming from. And he said, yes, we will move. If that's what we need to do, that's what we're going to do. And he said, it does, you know, your health is more important here and whatnot, because obviously with my heart condition, it's life threatening, you know, so I don't want to die. Well, it depends on what day it is. If you catch me on the right day, I might want to unlife myself, but some days, most days, no. Depends where my mental health is at. But yeah, so he's agreed and said we'll look into it. We'll speak to the housing officer, and see what they say. So yeah, looks like we might be moving, if we can get the management move or management transfer or whatever they're calling it these days. And I'm gonna be going to see my GP and seeing if I can get a letter from him to give to the council to say that living here is stressing me out and it's not good for my health, and my heart condition. Also, the black mold is not good for me or John. So yeah, I'm also gonna get a letter from the police officer that's been dealing with the case. They do I think they do I don't know, it's a form thing, a victim form. I don't know the name of it, but they do this thing, so you can give to your housing officer, and they'll put that in as put you in as a priority to move you under because you're at risk or something. I don't know the correct words at the moment because, so yeah. Because I'm literally scared to live here now. I mean, yesterday the post come through and it scared the bejesus out of me. Now, usually I always know when the post is going to arrive and I'm expecting it, because usually it arrives at the same time every day and I can usually hear the postman coming down the corridor, and sometimes I can see the post van outside, parked outside the block from my window. So I'm like, yeah, Posty's on his way. But yeah, even knowing all that, I heard the post come through the door and bricked it, because I was like, oh crap. Because I thought that the neighbour was trying to kick the door in, because he's threatened to do that a few times, to kick the door in, stab me, beat me up. So yeah, like, I kind of jumped at the post, which was like, you know, why am I freaking out when the post comes through the door? Usually I enjoy getting post, especially if I know that I've got packages coming from Amazon. And at the moment I should be getting excited about the post, because there is one of my birthday presents on its way, apparently. So I should be excited about the post. At the moment, I love getting birthday presents. Most of all, I love to give presents. But yeah, so I should be getting excited about the post, not scared about it at the moment. And at the moment, me and John have the front door locked constantly. We don't used to lock it. Obviously, at night we lock the door when we go to bed. If we leave the flat, if we go out, we lock the door. But even if John just pops out to take the rubbish down, oh, my alarm. There we go. Even if John just pops out to take the rubbish down, which takes, what, a minute, 2 minutes, he says to me, right, lock the door behind me. You know, or he'll take his keys with him and he'll lock the door and whatnot, you know, like, because he's worried that while he's gone in that 2 minutes, that the neighbour's gonna take advantage and, yeah, come and attack me, you know. But so yeah, this video is probably really long now, isn't it? What does that say? I can't see that. I think it's like, is that 40 minutes, 60 minutes? I can't see that number from here. But yeah, it's a really long video. It's probably going to take ages to upload. I probably should end the video here. But yeah, so I'll keep you up to date on what's happening here. I've got to go to town at some point anyway to sort out my bus pass, because my bus pass expired on my birthday. Brilliant. But yeah, that's alright, that doesn't matter, because I needed to get a new bus pass anyway, because I need to get the one with a carer's pass as well, so I can get my carer on the bus free with me as well. Yeah, because I do need help on the bus, so yeah, so I've got to go and do that. So whilst I'm doing that, I've got to go to the council office to do that. So whilst I'm doing that, I'm going to go speak to someone at the council office about a move about management move and get information from them on how I go about that and what sort of documentation I need and what sort of support I need for that and whatnot, and see if I can get a ball rolling there. But today, I'm probably going to do a mixture of relaxing and attempt to get some clothes washing done, some laundry done. Because yeah, I need clothes to wear. And maybe later have a shower, because yeah. So yeah, thanks for watching. Sorry the video is so long, and yeah, hopefully I'll have some better videos soon, some like more positive some arts and crafts videos. Maybe I got all them shelves from the beach the other day, so maybe I've got a few ideas on what to do with them, but maybe we could do some of those. I know there's loads of other videos I need to be doing, but it's getting organised to do those and getting in the right headspace to do that stuff. So yeah, we'll see what happens. At the moment I'm winging everything, you know. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I shall see you all later. Bye bye.